Howdy y'all and welcome back to Ginger Cowgirl Snook. Today I thought we would color out of Tattoos by Jade Summer. This is the grayscale edition. And we will be using my new alcohol marker set, which is a 30 set, and it's Chaos Crown. The picture that I thought would be coloring today is this one right here. My husband wants me to color this page, so we're gonna go ahead and color it. So, saddle up and enjoy the ride. So how was everybody's weekend? It was Labor Day weekend, so I want to know what fun things y'all were doing. I went to Lagoon on Sunday with my family. We were going to go paddleboard on the lake for the last time for this season. If you've been watching my channel, you know me and my family are very outdoorsy. We love to paddleboard, kayak, snowboard, longboard, that kind of thing. However, we decided instead of doing that we were going to go to Lagoon instead. So we went to Lagoon. We had a lot of fun. They started putting up the Frightmare stuff, so we're really excited about that. I'm excited to go to Frightmares this year. I love going to Frightmares. So we'll be going to that this year. Saturday I really didn't do anything, so it was a pretty good little day at Lagoon. I also cut my hair over the weekend, so that was good. Cut my hair. So I have this really long curly hair, you guys. Well, I had this really long curly hair. Hold on just a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I was checking something. And for as long as I could remember, I've had really long curly hair for ever. So I started telling my husband that I wanted to cut my hair like at the beginning of summer, but he really didn't want me to cut my hair because he thought it would make me look more masculine. But I eventually went and cut my hair. No, my husband didn't make me not cut my hair. I've been kind of debating about it because I've always had really long curly hair, and I didn't know if I could really pull off like short hair. Anyway, so I finally decided that I was gonna go chop it all off, and so now I have a very, very, very short haircut that actually I absolutely love. I absolutely love my hair. Cut right now, it's white. It don't take me 20 minutes in the shower just to deal with my naturally curly hair because I do the curly girl method. My time for doing my hair went from 20 minutes in the shower to like 5. Like seriously, my hair is so much shorter now. And I found that I quite love it because in the mornings, all I gotta do is spray it with a squirt bottle, throw a little bit of gel in there, or mousse, or curl cream, whatever I want to use, and my hair is literally done all day. All day, you guys. It don't get tangled. I literally lost 5 pounds to my hair, you guys. I weighed myself before I went in to get my hair cut, and I weighed 185 pounds. I got done cutting my hair. I came home, same clothes, same everything, got on the scale, and I only weighed 80 pounds, you guys. 80 pounds. 180 pounds. So, I'm gonna say that my hair was 5 pounds. Which, being clear down my back, as thick and as curly as it is, I could totally see it weighing that much. Like the lady, guys, we put my hair in a ponytail. Like a normal ponytail, and then little ponytails going down the ponytail to cut my hair. And that was a huge chunk. And then, you guys, even after she did that with my hair and she saved my ponytail to donate to Locks of Love or whatever, there was so much hair on the floor. Like, she had to sweep it up 3 times before my haircut was even over, you guys. So much hair. So I love it. I'm very happy with it. I don't know if I will ever go back to super long hair. I like how easy it is to manage my short hair. I like that it's not hot. I like a lot of things about it, guys. It's easier to put on my hats and beanies, which means it's going to be super easy for me to put on my helmet when I go snowboarding, because before, you guys, I would go snowboarding and I would braid my hair, put my helmet or beanie or whatever on, but as I was snowboarding throughout the day, ice and snow would just cake onto my ponytail and make it so heavy, so miserable. It would hit me in the face if I wrecked. It would cut up my face. So I'm pretty excited for this year when I go snowboarding and I don't have to worry about any of that. Be super excited about it. That's that. And then today I went to work and I felt so weird, you guys, because, so let me explain something to you. So at my work, we have 2 clinics. We have one in the town that I live in and one just a little town away from it. And because of the whole COVID-19, we've kind of divided our staff into half. And so before COVID-19, we would work at both locations. But due to COVID-19, we had to split our staff in half so that if one person got infected at one of the clinics, we could still have our clinic open, if that makes sense. So we did that, and so I have been working in the one location since COVID started, and then today they're back to switching us between both locations again. So today I went to the other location, and you guys, I felt so lost. I didn't know where to find anything. I didn't know how to rub my blunt machines because they're different than the ones that I'm used to in the other location. So I felt like so useless at first because I could not find the basic stuff I needed. You know, syringes, needles, where the treats were, any of that. I just couldn't find it, you guys, because I haven't worked in this clinic for like such a long time. And so finally, about halfway through the day, I am like, oh, okay, like that's where it goes. I remember where the stuff is, so I started remembering where all of the stuff was, and then I felt like I was able to do my job. Sorry, I was just checking my blotter swatch sheet here. I took some of the colors that I liked and swatched them out because these are new markers, you guys, so I haven't swatched them out or anything. I like literally just received them today, and so I just like wanted to color with them. Plus my husband Like, I was kind of having a hard time, like, knowing what I should color today, or like what medium I should use. And so my husband comes in and he's like, color this picture and use these. So that's how I ended up using these. But since I just got them today, these markers today, I have not swatched them out at all. However, I do plan on swatching all of my coloring supplies. Now, I have swatched my coloring supplies before, but I've gotten so much I needed to come up with a different plan. So I purchased the Jade Summer swatch book online the other day on Amazon. And because I bought the book, when my book gets here, I'm going to do a lot of swatching videos so that I could get all of my mediums swatched in my book so that I could use them as a reference point instead of, I do have them swatched, but they're on little teeny tiny sheets, and so they're kind of like a pain to look at and like read the letters and stuff. Now granted, I write super small, so it was easy for me to write on the little teeny tiny spaces. But I have found, like, when I'm coloring with the medium, whatever medium it is, I feel like I can't really see the words because, like, I'm so far away from, like, where my swatch book and stuff is. So I'm hoping that when I get the Jade Summer book, I'm going to re-swatch all my stuff, and hopefully then I'll be able to read, like, the color names from a distance, so that it'll be easier for me to find them. So a lot of swatching videos will be coming soon, as soon as I get that book. And I have a couple flip throughs that I'm gonna do as well. I ordered 3 coloring books online for Halloween. Those should be here in the next couple days. So those are also gonna be in my upcoming videos. So, yep. Those will be coming in my upcoming videos as well. And then in October, I have my 13 days of Halloween, which I'm gonna call Cards from the Spooky. I have a whole video on the spooky and what's the spooky and all of that. So if you'd like to know what that is, I will tell you a little bit about it in this video, but I am going to leave it very not detailed, is to say. So the spooky is a tradition that we do here in our family for our children. The spooky is kind of like the elf on the shelf, but instead of making sure you're good, he provides you gifts to keep the spooks away. So that on Halloween night, when you go trick-or-treating, you're not scared or frightened of anything that may come around you. Now, this was a tradition that was in my husband's family, and I had heard about it, and I had mentioned it to my husband. I had heard about it when I was working at Build-A-Bear, and I had mentioned it to my husband, and he's like, oh, we had something like that when I was a kid. I absolutely loved it. And so then we decided to, sorry, let me just wash this out. We decided that we are going to do that for our kids. Now, basically, what the 13 days of Halloween would be, I'm going to call it the Cards from the Spooky. And what it is on the 13 days of Halloween, I will do a color card with you guys each night, and I'm going to color it on screen with you guys. And then I'm gonna write the little note to my kids from the spooky. And then if you guys would like, you don't have to, but if you guys would want to, you guys can help guess what my kids want to, what they're going to be getting from the spooky. If you want, if you don't, that's fine too. You don't have to. So I think that would be kind of fun. So I want to show you guys this really cool thing that I found out with alcohol markers. So I very, very badly want a set of the Chameleon markers, but they're so expensive. Don't know if I'll be able to afford them, so I got thinking and wondering if I could. Oh, I don't like that. Let's switch that. Let me switch that up. I don't like that at all. Give me just a second, guys. Found out something really cool that I could do. With alcohol markers. So basically, you can use alcohol markers like you do Chameleon markers and color with them just like that. I was so excited when I found this out because I really wanted a pair of Chameleon markers, but they're so expensive. So when I decided to give this a try, I was happy when it worked. So anyway, back to the spooky. So the spooky, I'm gonna handwrite notes for my kids to find the gift of the spooky. So what it is I leave the kids a card. In general selection, that card tells them where to find the baby spooky. The baby spooky then tells them where to find, well, I don't know how quiet I'm going to do it this year, but what it is either the card leads you to the baby spooky, and then the baby spooky tells you where to find the big spooky, which is where your gift is. Or I just might have the card in the little spooky, and then the card will tell you where to find the big spooky so that you can find your gift, essentially. So these little teeny tiny cards that I'm going to be coloring, yes, they're card size. So they're little 3x5s or 4x7s. I'm not exactly sure what they are, but basically all I did is I printed them off of Google, and they're gonna be like little kid pictures, you guys. So like their favorite characters, or maybe just some kind of really cutesy trick or treat, or maybe like a haunted house or something like that. But it's based for my children, you guys. So there will be kind of like kid pictures, I guess you could say, but I will still be posting my normal content. So you'll get a new video every Monday or every Wednesday and Sunday, like always. But then on the 13 days of Halloween, those are going to be like little extra bonus videos, I guess you could call them. So I've already got all the pictures picked. Like I said, I've already printed them all. Started getting some of the kids' gifts from the spooky. So it's going to be really fun. So yeah, that is coming in October. See this, guys? Ain't this awesome how I am literally using my alcohol markers as Chameleon markers. I do them the exact same way you would do Chameleon markers. I touch tip to tip like this, except for I make sure that the color that I want on the inner part in this case is on the top. And literally, you guys, I just count. I've been counting to 12 to get this array of color, and then I literally just put it to the page in lines like this, one after another, and it literally works just like Chameleon markers, which I love the fact that it does this. Like I said, I want it up here so bad, and hopefully eventually I will, as my channel maybe gets bigger or as I'm able to save up more, maybe eventually I will get actual Chameleon markers, but until then this will have to do. So anyways, so that's that. So I want to apologize to you guys about the quality of the last video I uploaded. I am so sorry about that. So I have found out that I have two cell phones that I use. I have two cell phones that I use for recording, because I don't have a camcorder or anything like that as of right now. And I have found out that using the cell phones, I could only upload 2, 3, maybe even 4 or 5 videos before it tells me that I've run out of data and I have to factory restart the cell phone, upload YouTube and the photo editor again, and start all over. So unfortunately, last week, well, technically the week before, I had uploaded my video, and I went to upload the next part of my video and I couldn't, so then I had to, because of the data, then I had to factory reset my phone, upload it all again, and finally I was able to get the video out to you guys, but the quality's not very good. I tried to do it when all my family were supposed to be taking naps, but then my red iguana kept climbing in his cage, and then I kept getting interrupted by my oldest kids, because even though my oldest kids don't take naps, they like go into their room and read or color or something like that so that my youngest son can take a nap. But for whatever reason, any other day they like go in their rooms and they stay. Don't come out and ask a million questions. Don't just read their books, color, play with their modeling clay, stuff like that, and I'm not interrupted like all of nap time. So I'm like, okay, they're all for nap. My oldest two are just gonna stay in their rooms and do, whatever they're gonna do. But I kept getting interrupted, and so I apologize if the video quality is not that good. I was frustrated and there was some agitation in my voice when I was talking to you guys, and I apologize for that. However, though, my husband says, since I regularly post to YouTube and I'm starting to gain views on my videos, he says that hopefully around Christmas time we can budget for Oh, I love those flowers. I absolutely love those flowers. I absolutely love those flowers that we could budget for different different recording equipment. So hopefully soon I will have different recording equipment that can help me record my videos. So we will see how that goes. But that is the plan, to upgrade equipment, at least recording equipment, as soon as I can, so that I could actually have a good amount of videos stockpiled, so that I can possibly record a few in advance and then just post them and make them public on the days they need to be posted, so that with my busy schedule I'm still able to keep up with my YouTube channel, because I really enjoy creating content with you guys. I really want to see how far my channel will grow. So I've been thinking about doing an adult coloring chat for a really long time. So I'm just curious to see how well it will go. Anyway, enough about that. So everyone, this picture, I'm loving how I could use these as Chameleon markers. Like, that's the best. I'm loving how this picture is turning out. I think I'm going to do the chameleon effect on the leaves as well, as I did on the flowers. I'm trying to do the chameleon effect on this set of flowers, but it just seems that this color is not light enough for this color, so maybe I should have used like yellow or something like that, but this is the lightest purplish color I have in this set, so that's why I thought I would give it a try, but it's alright. I'm still using the chameleon effect, as you can see right here where it's really light. So, but this is like a really light color anyways. Maybe the best way I should have done it is the other way. I should have put the purple on top of the pink and maybe colored it that way instead of the way that I chose to. But it's alright, it's all a learning process, so. And I'm loving how the picture's turning out anyways, so. Yeah, anyways guys, back to what I was asking. What are y'all coloring? What kind of medium are y'all using? Are you guys participating in any coloring chats or color alongs? If so, I want to know about them. I want to know any ways that I could improve my recording for you guys. So please, if you have a suggestion, put it in the comments below. Also guys, if you will please put in the comments below like what kind of gear you guys use to record. That would be really helpful, so that way I know like what I should look into, and then maybe decide on by like maybe some of your suggestions, maybe getting one of those or something like that, so I will know what's a good camera to record, or camcorder, or maybe a better cell phone that's for recording. I would be very happy to know. So instead of making this flower like this one, I think I'm gonna flip them to where I put the purple on the bright pink and see how that works, because I think it will work better than what I did in this one. So yes guys, please in the comments post what you guys use to record your coloring channel. What do you guys think would be good for me to look into getting? I will be happy to look into all suggestions to hopefully find an appropriate one for my budget and my setup that I have currently right now. So this kind of works better when I put the purple on top of the pink, but I still don't feel like it's as good as a Chameleon blend as these ones right here. So, but I mean, that's okay. That's what we learn about. That's how we learn and figure out things so that we can find the best color combos out there. But these flowers turn out pretty. So I'm gonna just keep going at it. Let's see where the picture takes us. So I finally, guys, finally got my kids registered for school. And they actually started today. It has been a nightmare because of COVID. A nightmare. So first they told us that they didn't know what they were going to do for school. They were going to finish the online school that they had and then go from that. So we're like, okay. So me and my husband's like, well, what can we get the kids into? What would be good for the kids to get into? So we thought about it for a little bit, and we decided that we would do K through 12 at first. So we're like, okay, great, we'll do K through 12. They'll do it online, it'll be quick, it'll be easy, so on and so forth. Well, my husband and I tried forever to get their stuff set up because they needed to get laptops, they needed to get all the K through 12 stuff. So we finally got all the K through 12 stuff at our house, but there was no laptops, and the K through 12 was supposed to start already. So my husband gets on the phone with them, kind of wonders what's going on, why we haven't received the kids' laptops yet, and so on and so forth. Well, they never sent it to us. Like, they weren't gonna send us any. We told them that we didn't have any here, that we don't have any computers or laptops or anything like that here, and supposedly they were supposed to send us one. Oh, they were supposed to send us two. One for our eldest son, one for our middle son. But turns out that they weren't going to. So my husband's like, you know what, I'm done. I'm not gonna keep fighting with these people. We gotta get our kids into school. We gotta figure out something else. So we're like, okay. So then we call school district here and ask them, you know, like, where our kids were supposed to go for school this year, because the school that they were going to last year got knocked down this year so that they could rebuild it. So they had to take the whole school and put them in a different location while they rebuilt the school that my kids were supposed to be in. So we get on with the school board. They tell us where we're supposed to go, where all of the kids ended up going that were going to my kids' school. And you guys, we had to drive almost an hour from where we live, 30 minutes to an hour depending on traffic, where you need to go, all of that, to where my kids were supposed to go to school. and we're like, all right, well, we'll make the drive, whatever. We don't really have a choice at this point. But then we realize, we get there, we start talking to the school, and they tell us the kids are only in school for 2 hours before they leave the school. So as you can imagine, that didn't really work for us, because we'd have to drive an hour out there for them to get into school, we'd have to wait an hour for them to get out, or a couple hours, and then we'd either have to drop them off at school, hang out in the town that they're supposed to go to until school's out in 2 hours, or we're supposed to drive home just to turn around and drive back. So this definitely wasn't gonna work for my family. So we get on the school district again, and they tell us that maybe possibly we could put our kids into the school that they were in before we moved. So we moved to a different town for a year, and then moved back to our original town, which is where we're living now. So they tell us to call the kids' previous school from when we lived here before. We call them, they tell us that they're sorry that they can't let the kids in because of the IEPs. Both my kids are on IEPs. They both have to have speech therapy, so they couldn't do it. So then we go back to the school and school district and try to figure out what we could do now, because they couldn't fit my kids in the school that they told us to go to, and it was not possible for us to take the kids up there to the school that they wanted us to take them to. So finally we find out that the school that the boys is supposed to be in is doing an online school for this year due to COVID-19. And we're like, okay, why didn't anybody tell us this when we were trying to figure it out? Well, so we get on the phone again, we start figuring out all the stuff that we had to do for that, you guys. They had us laptops the same day that we went in and filled out the paperwork. And then today, finally, my kids was able to start school again through online. But I just thought it was crazy how big of a pain it was to get the kids in school in the first place. But it's all over now, we've got it all figured out, and everything is going to be fine. So as you guys could see, I'm almost done with this picture. I just have to color the last little bits of this leaves, and then I am done. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me color this picture. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I upload a new video every Wednesday and Sunday. Thanks. Bye.